In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry.
Hey everybody!
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Welcome to the program. It's the Steel Toe Evening Show. Still my favorite people. Morning show answered your call, though. But they kind of cheated. Now, I'll tell you about it in a little bit.
Wave your hands from side to side and say, oh, I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is so prestigious. Wave your hands from side to side and say, oh, I believe in Joe Hendry.
Just catching up on the chat. Welcome to the program. It is the final Steel Toe Evening Show of the week. Welcome to our 1 hour earlier start. It is week 2 of our 6 o'clock start. It's been working pretty well, and the numbers have been going up each day. Uh-oh. I was just ready to kind of eat the going from 400 to 300 thing. But last night, it was like 350, 360. I'm like, you know what? We're going to get back there. We're going to get back. I also found out that this alleged snowstorm that was supposed to happen in Minnesota did happen in Minnesota. It just didn't happen here. Twin Cities and South, and it was like 11, like I was seeing anywhere from 8 to 11 inches, and that was just in my room. Hey, gay joke. See, aren't they shit? Aren't they good? That's what you sound like. Actually, mine was way more clever than most of yours, but it gets to be kind of forced after a while. So, lots of snow down there, none here. Like I said this morning, I'm sorry. I can still see the grass outside. So, I don't know where our snow went, but it was supposed to be a lot. Welcome to the show. We've got a great one. It's been like 3 weeks since we've had to rattle a single can, maybe a month since we've had to rattle a single can at night. So I don't want to jinx it, and I don't want to take it for granted, but goddamn, these evening shows feel like a fait accompli lately. Now, the morning show did answer you guys today, and I think they knocked it out in like an hour and a half. They were done. They kind of cheated, though. As you see on the board, Flinty Gecko knocked out all but like $70 of it. Although they did come up with the other 70 like in an hour. So they did a good job. They did a good job. I think they were starting to get a little embarrassed. I think they were starting to feel a little put upon by the evening show people. You guys had another great night last night as well. It was what? 160. So you were $40 into tonight already. Unbelievable. Great job. Take a look at those new Steel Toe WHMH 101.7 top tonations. You got Flinty Gecko at 250, Unseating Dildog, which looks like Dildoy, in second place now with 200. Miss Tay knocking at the door with 131, and Nick the Milkman at 72. So That fourth spot, we've got a perfect week going. It would be our fourth perfect week in a row. We got 2 goals left. We got tonight and tomorrow, and the morning show people are ahead for once, all right? And we don't have a triple-digit person in that number 4 spot. That's great. That is awesome. That means that I got 4 sheets of paper here full of names of people who are contributing. That means a lot of 20 and unders, not age-wise, money-wise. Relax. Thank you so much. Let's finish it off for the week. Thank you so much. What are we? 160 is the number. So Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Thank you guys so much and for your continued support. Now, Puerto Rican Prostate Puncher says, fuck you, Aaron. Stop pitting the shows against each other. Maybe if you and Johnny were funny. Well, I must have been funny this morning. I must have been great. And I must be very funny in the evenings. It feels like we're doing all right. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, are you saying Monday? Are you saying Monday, Tuesday? The struggle's Monday, Tuesday. Okay. Kloppo said, where's the new background? Why does everything take forever with your stuff? Because, I don't know. I haven't gotten an update recently on... Yeah, I haven't gotten an update recently on the new background. Well, that's not true. I got one last week. Does that count? Let me see. Let me find my guy. Here we go. February 27th. So it looked like on February 22nd, he was doing some new corners. He was doing some cool corner work with the sign. He was doing some color work. He says, got a few color schemes still bouncing around. May have an update Monday. Have a good weekend. Now, that was last Thursday. Said he might have an update Monday. $2 from Paul. He says, add this to Miss Tay. All right. Done and done. I think Paul has a little bit of a crush on Miss Tay. Look at that. Blind dating via donos. Isn't it something? So we got a great show for you tonight. I'm very excited for it. As you know, like yesterday, we'll play around with you a little bit. You guys like to have a little fun. Kloppo said, how much is it costing you, if you don't mind me saying? He hasn't asked for anything yet, and I'm worried he won't. So it's going to have to be one of those things where I'm like, you have to let me give you something. You know? By the way, got a little bored before the program and made myself a little old-fashioned. You make those by yourself. That's fine, right? Don't look at me like I have a problem. Don't look at me like I have a problem. Aaron, did you bring out your wood smoking kit for the cocktail? Shut the fuck up. Who cares? Who cares? Aaron, did you bring out that big zipped up case with 6 different flavors of wood chips and a giant torch lighter and the little thing? And did you smoke the old fashioned? Yeah, I did. And that's fine, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. Aaron, is that your first one? You already sound a little, you sound a little tuned up. Is that, yeah, this is my first one. Who gives a shit? It's my party. I cut the orange peel perfect. By the orange zest, I suck at cutting those. I always get a little bit of orange on my zest. Knocked my zest out of the park this time. Very proud of myself. Let's go to Kloppo. He had a very good question. Aaron, I forgot to ask, how was your soup? Remember last night, I was going to be a cutie boy sitting by my window, watching TV, eating my soup during a snowstorm. Well, what ended up happening was I was actually a disgusting, feral, acne-ridden teenager, and I made myself a plate of pizza rolls and watched the John Adams miniseries. So it was a very virgin kind of a snowstorm for me. I did not make my gumbo. I just, I made them in the air fryer rather than in the microwave. That counts for something, right? They were combination pizza rolls. They weren't just like cheese or pepperoni. They were combo pizza. At any rate, they were good. I was very happy with them. Aaron, you burned some of the skin off your tongue, didn't you? Because you weren't patient. Yeah, I burned some of the skin off my tongue because I wasn't patient. But that doesn't matter. Aaron, your tongue's a little raw today, isn't it? That's not really anything we were going to talk about tonight, so it's fine. It's skin. It heals. It's going to be okay. I'm celebrating a little bit tonight. I have a couple of things to celebrate. One I can tell you about. The other one I can't tell you about. I did have kind of my exit interview on the boxing stuff. It turns out they just want to kind of look into the things that were said, and they just want to make sure everything's good. They ended it with, when you get all your boxing and your coaching licenses back, how are you going to use them? So I was very happy with that. It went very well. Looks like, I think they said in the next 2 to 4 weeks, we'll have the process wrapped up. So I was very excited about that today. Had a great talk with Scott as well. We're all excited to put all this nonsense behind us. And then the other thing I'm very excited about, it's been a good news Wednesday. What can I say? So cheers. Let's have a great show, because always celebrate good days. Always, because good days are fleeting. Most days are not good and they're not bad. Most days are just days. So when you have one that stands out, make sure you notice it. Make sure you're very grateful. You thank the universe, God, whatever your thing is, you thank him for it, because you'll have a bad day, and then most of your days will just be, they'll be a day. They'll be whatever you make it. Pinky fag. Did I pinky? Did I do a pinky? I didn't mean to do a pinky. If I did a pinky, it was purely instinctual. Did I? Miss Tay, you're like kind of a subject of the crown, so that's kind of like that's a gentlemanly thing to do. It's a nice thing to do. Miss Tay with $10. Throw her the $10 drop.
Stop dipping into your ketamine stash. Put down the bomb.
$10 from Miss Tay, putting her at 143. She's gonna take that number 2 spot from Dill Digger. No, Dill Dog. She's gonna take that spot from Dill Dog by the end of the week. 155 away from a perfect week of evening shows, boys and girls. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. All of them welcome. And again, Miss Tay, I don't think you heard, but Paul contributed a little bit earlier tonight. He threw $2 in, and he said, that's for Miss Tay. SP just texted me and said, you're drinking? Yes. All right, here, look. I had a good day. That's true. It's not why I'm drinking. I will tell you why I'm drinking. I was sitting down here. And you know how we were talking about video games this morning, and somebody said, Aaron, let's see your Steam library. And I showed him my Steam library. And I saw a game in there called Kingdoms that I haven't played in forever. And I started playing Kingdoms today, and I started to get a little frustrated because it takes for fucking ever. You manually chop down trees and manually chop wood. You can't simulate it. It's like, it's real time, like, building shit. It's heavy. It's like, do you have nothing to do all fucking day? You can maybe make it 0.5% of the way through this game if you've got like 5 hours open. So I didn't really get anywhere, but it was time to, I had the show ready to go, and it was time to start thinking about doing the show. So it was about 5:30, and at 5:30, I'm sitting here, I'm twiddling my thumbs. I'm just like, what the fuck do I do? So I'm just sitting here bored, and I'm like, you know what? I got a new, I got a little thing of butane. I've never refilled my own lighters before. So I got some butane this weekend. I was going to fill my torch lighter in my cocktail smoking kit. So I grabbed the lighter. I went upstairs. I filled it up, and I wanted to test it. So I made an old fashioned. I pulled out I went with cherry wood today. I put the smoker thing on top of there. I sprinkled the cherry wood in. I torched it. I capped it. I smoked it. All was good. So yes, I am drinking, but don't worry. I'm only drinking out of massive amounts of boredom, which, from what I read, is totally fine. No, Aaron does not have any hentai games. Puerto Rican, let's not get that started. There are no hentai games on my Steam library. Thank you. Oh, by the way, did I read Miss Tay's $10? Aaron's old-fashioned and gay. Thank you. Another gay joke. There we go. Helgi says you couldn't make a grilled cheese sandwich. No, I couldn't make a grilled cheese sandwich. Too many calories. I made the old-fashioned because I'm on a health kick. God, it's like you don't know anything. Atomic Ray says, when do we get meth? When we have 4 days worth of free time. We can't we can't go get meth when we've only got a half hour. You got to clear a little bit more of your schedule when you're going out to pick up meth. 4 days minimum, by the way. 4 days minimum. Taste Fairy Ialto says the hentai games are in a secret folder, but they're not, though. They're not. Puerto Rican Prostate Puncher says Aaron has bookmarked Gun Gal live on air. I didn't bookmark Gun Gal live on air, and it's Gal Gun. Wait, I'm not supposed to know that. I should have just went with Gun Gal, because then I would have been like, oh, I don't know what the fuck it's called. But it is Gal Gun, and it's a perverted game, and it's disgusting, and you better not get it. And McBuster's right. This has fruit in it, orange and a cherry. It's healthy. So someone's like, oh, you didn't make a grilled cheese. You're not as healthy as you could be. Fucking 2 servings of fruit? You fucking guy. Just like this chat, 2 servings of fruit. And, I'm trying to be healthy. People giving me shit for it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Really, it's the lack of health knowledge that the fans of this show possess that really worries me. Really does. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. Thank you. And I know I'm giddy. I'm talking quickly. You'd probably look at me and say, Aaron, that's got to be like 2 or 3. No, I'm still working on the first one. Thanks. This is just how it hits me. So no, I do not have Gal Gun bookmarked in my Steam library. All right, guys, let's get down to business. Let's jump into some things. You know what? I think everybody's ready to go. Wait, Julius Presley with $5. Let's get to him first. Says, you play Minecraft? Not surprising there from someone with a Signal app. Number one, I have not had the Signal app on my phone since last April. And number two, I do not play Minecraft. Never have played Minecraft. My son plays Minecraft. I don't even know what the hell they're doing. They're hitting dirt with a stick, and then the dirt breaks, and they get some like little bricks of dirt, and then they can build shit with the dirt. I don't get Minecraft. I just watch my son run around, and he either hits zombies with a stick, or he's hitting dirt with a stick, or he's hitting a rock with a stick. Like he hits shit with sticks, and it turns into smaller shit, and then he builds shit with that shit. Did I pretty much nail the concept of Minecraft? Hit shit with a stick, grab smaller amounts of shit, and then build other shit with that shit. Boom. Blue Key says Minecraft is just like Legos. Okay. Puerto Rican Prostate Puncher says if you play Minecraft, you can meet Jews. Well, then, you know what? I think I'll just say I think we're on the right track. 150 away from tonight. Thank you, Julius, and thank you, Miss Tay, for kicking us off tonight. Very much appreciated. 150 away from making it a perfect week of evening shows. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Okay, kids. I have fun with you guys. I do. I like going into the chat on evening shows. It's always a lot of fun. You guys are very, very funny. But I have some things to share with you. Last night we ended the show talking, we were watching the Trump speech, and the Trump speech was fun. We got to watch Al Green. I can't do high notes anymore, but I can't not think about the song Slow Jams when I hear the name Al Green. I hear Jamie Foxx's voice. Al Green. I can't do it. It's like, fuck it. Anyway, point is, we saw Al Green get kicked out. What we didn't see was Donald Trump honor a 13-year-old cancer survivor by making him a Secret Service agent and making his dreams come true, and then watch 0 Democrats clap. And then after that, we watched MSNBC get mad at Trump because he made a 13-year-old kid who's a cancer survivor a member of the Secret Service. Have you, you don't understand that Trump's Secret Service almost got him killed twice in the past year, right? Maybe the 13-year-old would do a better job. Maybe I'd let him take the courses and let it be more than ceremonial. Let him actually have a gig. Can't hurt. So Rachel Maddow was like, it's pitiful, it's disgusting that he pointed out, she was like, he pointed out that 13-year-old kid like he had something to do with curing his cancer. That's not what he was doing at all. He wasn't acting like he cured and now a 13-year-old, I personally ripped the cancer out with my bare hands. He wasn't doing that. He was honoring a child cancer survivor. And then Nicole Wallace on MSNBC, she went on and said, right, I hope this kid doesn't have to work on January 6th and then case himself. Like, whoa, lady, what the hell are you doing? Like, they've gotten so mad at this guy that now they're like fantasizing about 13-year-olds deleting themselves. Guys, at some point we have to look in the mirror and go, maybe it's us, Maybe it's us. So we've got the immediate American reaction, the immediate polling from Donald Trump's speech last night. CBS took some polls. Where'd they take them? The speech made you feel, and this was among speech watchers, 68% said the speech made them feel hopeful. 54% said the speech made them feel proud. 27% worried, 16% angry. What's the first thing you notice about this poll? Can someone please, before we move on, can someone point out the very obvious thing about this CBS News poll? I'm going to give it a minute. I'll leave it up on the screen for a second. Speech made you feel among speech watchers. It's more than 100%. Like, did they get to pick multiple words? Was it like, did it make you feel this? Yes, that, yes, that, yes. Otherwise, that's a fucked up poll. It reminds me of the Norm Macdonald joke where, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to play the Norm Macdonald joke rather than me retell it to you. Norm Macdonald. Here we go. Yeah.
Who are safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentages in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So now you don't know what the hell to do, do you? No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women.
Someone texting in saying, you had the Signal app around this date. Nope, that might actually come up in the stuff we're talking about. The fact that Aaron didn't even have Signal then. Interesting. So that's the Norm Macdonald joke I think of anytime someone has a poll that the numbers don't equal 100%. My Lost Interest with a good point. He said horny was missing from the poll. Yeah, I would have thought more people would feel horny watching the Donald Trump speech. Problem is, I think Al Green wrecked it. Once Al Green got on there with his, 1970s Jerry curl looking ass shaking his cane at Donald Trump, everyone was like, fuck. Never mind. My boner's gone, just like Al Green's. Now, the other poll they took on the CBS front was, see, I hate this. See, look at it. You get to pick multiple words. It fucks me up on the math here. In speech, Trump was, and this was among speech. I love how they say that, like among speech watchers, as opposed to what? People who didn't watch it? Hey, how did Trump look during his speech? I didn't watch it. Yeah, just bullshit it for me. We're doing a poll. So among speech watchers, they said Trump was presidential. Now, that's funny to me because I'm 38 years old. I've watched a lot of presidential moments. I've watched, Bill Clinton say I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I've watched George W. Bush on top of the rubble on 9/11. I've watched Barack Obama, we're going to change America. And I've watched Joe Biden drool. One thing about Donald Trump is one of the things we like about him is he doesn't come off as presidential. So it's very funny to me that the number one thing people thought Trump was in that speech was presidential. I will say this. I think they should hire Kramer. I think the White House should hire Michael Richards because it would be great. He would be perfect to come in and kick out people like Al Green. He's got a lot of experience, and I thought he would have done a fine job. 74% thought Trump was entertaining during the speech. 71% found him inspiring. 62% found him unifying. 46% said divisive, however the English say it. Honestly, and I like Donald Trump and I voted for him, but even this poll just makes me feel a little gross. It's just too much niceness. And also, my lost interest is right. No one said that, they got horny during the speech. So the American people lie. But shit like this, he was presidential, entertaining, inspiring, unifying. It's kind of like when you're guys hanging out together and one of your friends gives you a super nice compliment. On one hand, you're like, wow, that really means a lot. But on the other hand, you're like, ew, get away from me, you queer. Shut up. You're making me uncomfortable. We don't say nice things to each other. So as far as this poll goes, great for Trump. Awesome for Trump. I don't know. I see it and I immediately just go, what's their angle here? They're up to something. So I don't feel like CBS would just report this out of the goal or out of the poll. I'm looking for the goal. You're looking for the poll. No, who's looking for the... No drinking before the show. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says the speech lacked slurs. So disappointing. You know what? Speaking of the poll and the goal and the goal poll and the poll goal and all of that stuff, we're 150 away from tonight. Go ahead and throw a few bucks in. You are the evening show after all. It's your last one of the week. Finish strong. Like you were a Al Green at a Trump speech. Speaking of America and speaking of our current state, it looks like the Canadians are taking action against the United States due to these new tariffs, the 25% tariffs. Now, I don't know if you heard today, but Donald Trump did delay the tariffs by a month for the auto industry because if you give someone enough money, even Trump, they'll do your bidding for you. It kind of saved the stock market. Stock market recovered a little bit today. Some of it could also just be profit taking because of the giant drop. But Canadian stores are starting to take action against American products over the 25% tariffs. Guys, I want you to tell me what's wrong with this picture. This is a Canadian liquor store throwing away delicious American whiskey. Angel's Envy, my favorite. Woodford Reserve is my favorite, just grabbing a bottle, no big deal. Just that's little, your go-to. That's just my little go-to is, bottle of Woodford, fine. If I'm like, man, I want the best. I want my favorite. I'll go for the Angel's Envy. But both of them, fantastic. This Canadian liquor store owner is taking the American whiskey bottles and he's putting them away. Why? Because of the tariffs. Now, I want somebody in the chat to show me that we have a little bit of economic knowledge in this fandom. Why is it retarded for the Canadians to take these whiskey bottles off the shelf and make them unavailable to customers? Let's hit play. Why is this retarded? Jack Daniels, what are angry drunks going to drink? That's too bad. How are people going to fight? So there, we got that guy. He's putting away the American whiskey. He doesn't like the tariffs. He's against him. So his store will not be selling American whiskey anymore. Why is that the dumbest fucking thing in the world? Why? I'm so proud of you guys. First 6 or 7 comments already nailed it. They already paid for them. Why? Like, okay, I understand not buying any more. I understand saying we're not going to buy any more American booze. 25%? Piss off. I mean, what are you going to drink? Canadian Club? I got an idea. Why don't I just hook the nozzle of a gas pump up to your mouth and you can drink out of that? Go ahead. No, drink Canadian Club. We got Crown Royal. I fucking care, Crown Royal. I have a velvet bag. Cool. Put your balls in it. Velvet bag. If you're over the age of 22 and you keep the velvet bag from a bottle of Crown Royal, you're an asshole. Point, period, end of story. So it's really dumb for them to just box these up. Sell them. Let people buy them. Get them off the shelf. If you don't want to buy American whiskey anymore, that's totally fine. But to package up and put away the ones you already have, fuck it. Hike up the price on those 25%. Say it's a tariff tax. People are still going to buy them. You can make an extra 25% on those bottles. Now, Los Federales says it's not getting thrown away. It's getting stored until the tariffs are over. Still, it doesn't make any sense. You already paid for them. Why would you take something that you can still turn a profit on and just take them off the shelf? Now it's just cost. You're not even selling them at a discount and breaking even. You're taking the cost you paid for those bottles and just locking it up. It's stupid. Dive Bar says, and they can mark the price up after the tariff, but apparently they didn't sell them, so I guess it doesn't matter. Right. You could have jacked it up a little bit and said it's because of the tariffs, but nope. We're going to let our pride get the best of us and just lock it away because America sucks. Go boo our anthem again, you fucks. Don't worry, Pat McAfee will just apologize for it. Los Federales says he doesn't own the liquor store, dumbass. The government owns the liquor. Is that true? In Canada, the government owns the liquor stores? Does the government own the liquor stores in Canada? No. No, the government does not own all liquor stores in Canada, as some provinces have privatized their liquor sales. Okay, so we don't know if he owns that liquor store or not. I assumed the only person who can take the bottles off the shelf, the person who can make that call, is the guy running the show, is what I would think. Chernobog said those bottles are going directly into the black market with a 300% markup. Oh, just because that was the guy taking them off the shelf, it has to go to the black market. I get it. It's going to be in the back of a Honda very soon, being sold in sketchy neighborhoods. Dive Bar says, and people want those dumb mofos to be a part of this country. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says it's like America. They can't jack up the prices. They're federally regulated. In America, you can jack up liquor. You can charge as much as you want for liquor in America, can't you? I mean, if you're not competitive, they're just going to go across the street. But, like, theoretically, could jack up the prices. Power Windows says it's like when all the Metallica fans threw out all the CDs and smashed them up after the Napster thing back in the day. Yeah, that's kind of stupid, too. Because you already bought it. Metallica's already got your money in their back pocket. What you do is you steal them and then you run them over with steamrollers. Then you're just hurting the record stores. Because Metallica gets paid once, back in the day before digital music. But Metallica and their record company got paid when the stores bought the albums, not when you bought the albums. When you bought the albums, the store recoups their cost and makes a profit. So even if you stole it, you're just hurting the record store. Thank God we don't have those anymore. Helgi says Aaron's never had a drink tab over $20. I mean, the guy ain't lying. I cannot put him back. I can't. This one's even starting to get a little watered down and feel like it's just a bowl of loudmouth soup. Crowder Wears Panties with $5 says, wait, McAfee apologized for Canada booing us? McAfee didn't apologize for Canada booing us. McAfee, I can't play the clip because it's WWE and they'll shut down the stream. But McAfee did this thing where he he was on WWE TV. He was on the pay-per-view. He shit on Canada for booing the anthem because they booed the anthem at the Elimination Chamber. And then the next, excuse me, the next day on his podcast, he then apologized to Canada and said, we're cool, don't worry about it. You said what you had to say. I said what I had to say. It's all right. It was obnoxious. CJ with $2 says, look up the store's provincial laws. # more show prep. No, I learn way more this way when you guys tell me. 145 away from today's goal. Hey, evening show, you know what to do. You guys are already on your way. One last perfect night for the toe, and you guys are good for the week. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Get in there and knock it out and call it another win for the toe. This person writes, you know all that bullshit about Norman words versus Anglo-Saxon words, but can't say divisive? A true F slur, nerd. What? I knew, I'm a student of our language. Isn't that a good thing? Crowder Wears Panties says, this is the first I've heard about this. What a fucking bitch. Oh, really? Yeah. McAfee, it's okay. You said what you had to say. I said what I had to say. We're cool now, right? Ugh. Taste Fairy says, me and Canada sat down and talked, so they're cool now. Yeah, everybody's good. Sometimes Pat McAfee is a real jock, right? Sometimes Pat McAfee's a fucking punter. And when he apologized to Canada, he was acting like a real punter. Adam Simon gifting a membership. Thank you very much, buddy. Very kind of you. We're under that 150 mark for tonight. Keep it going. Keep it up. You guys have done a great job of everybody throwing in a little so far this week. Keep it up. We appreciate your contributions. So what's this thing now? Is it like every time Andrew Tate or his brother steps foot in a new country, they just immediately arrest them? They immediately start charging them with crimes? This is like, I don't like Andrew Tate. I have a distaste for the guy, but it just seems like the minute he steps foot in a country or a state, they immediately go, we're looking into him for crimes. Like, whoa. Like, he just got here. I'll tell you this, he was in Romania. They want to get him for like trafficking and shit, like basically running hoes. And now he left Romania and he's in the United States. The minute he was in Florida, they're like, we're looking into him for crimes. And it's like, already? Can't you wait until he commits one? Like, I hate it when the government treats someone I dislike like shit, because it makes me feel like I can't dislike them now because they're being treated like shit by the government. Like, I think Andrew Tate's a douche. I think a lot of his takes on like relationships and women are retarded, and it's overcompensating. He acts like a punter sometimes. But for Florida to like, their plane lands and they're like, they're under criminal investigation for human trafficking. Like, in Florida already? I mean, if he has broken the law already, that would be amazing. Amazing. That would be record timing to just land, commit a crime in Florida, get arrested for it. But I don't think he has. And I really hate it. I really don't like that this guy's being targeted this way, because he's one of those guys where it's like, just give it a second. He'll fuck up. Don't put me on his side by trying to catch him before he fucks up. Pumpkin Popsums with $5 says, throwback, but you asked who Al Green reminded you of from movies. It's the fat naked dude from Borat. You're welcome. Ken Devishin? No. By the way, if anyone says, Aaron, did you really know that the guy who played Azamat Bogatov in Borat, did you really know his name was Ken Devishin? Yeah, his name's Ken Devishin. Look it up. He's like a director and an actor. Ken Devishin is in, oh, God damn it. Ken Devishin is in an episode of a TV show I really like. Ken Devishin is either in an episode of Dexter or an episode of Law & Order SVU. Ken Devetian, SVU. Ken Devetian was an executive producer for the TV show San Fernando Valley, which aired... No. You know what? He was in the movie SWAT. Remember the Colin Farrell, Jeremy Renner, Samuel L. Jackson SWAT movie? He was in that. He was, remember the guy that the main villain, he's like his uncle? He's the main villain's uncle, and they're organized crime people, and he gets killed at the beginning of the movie. That's Ken Devetian, Azamat Bogatov, from the Borat movie. There. Now, I knew. Now you know. Thank you very much, Pumpkin Popsums. Appreciate it. 140 away from tonight. Slow and steady wins the race. Keep it going. Knock it down little by little. Get smart. He was in that too. Very good, Kevin Soundboard. Perfect. So here's what happened to the Tate brothers. They land in Florida. Florida announces, what time was this BBC article? Stop it. This is about midnight. So yesterday, the Tate brothers got to the United States. Last night, Florida announces they're launching a criminal investigation into British-American influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate, who flew to the state last week from Romania, where they faced grape and human trafficking charges. Florida's Attorney General, James Untermeyer, said investigators have issued search warrants and subpoenas as part of a now active inquiry. In the U.S., the brothers also face a civil suit from a woman alleging they coerced her into sex work and then defamed her after she gave evidence to Romanian authorities. They strongly deny all allegations against them. Now, for me with the Tate brothers, it's kind of like a Cosby thing. When there's so many allegations of women saying you did the same exact thing to them, which is pressed them into sex work, which basically means what? The Tates were pimps, right? They were hoe running, as we said before. It's kind of tricky because, you know, it's kind of a your word against theirs kind of a crime. Like you can say, first of all, you fuck yourself over because even if you defend yourself on the charges, you still kind of have to admit to being a pimp, which is also not legal. So even if you go, no, yeah, I turned her out for sex work, but it was completely consensual. It's like, okay, well, now you've pled guilty to committing. I know it's not called pimping. That would be great if we had a law in the books that was called pimping. But you have admitted to trafficking just with the consent part. So I don't know how that works. But I also don't know how the Tate brothers can be investigated for sex trafficking in Florida when they just fucking got there. Untermeyer, a Republican, said in a Tuesday statement, last week I directed my office to work with our law enforcement partners to conduct a preliminary inquiry into the Andrew and Tristan Tate. Based on a thorough review of the evidence, I've directed the Office of Statewide Prosecution to execute search warrants and issue subpoenas in the now active criminal investigation into the Tate brothers. So, all right, I saw that story and I went, well, this kind of smacks of bullshit. You know, this is not fair. This kind of seems like these guys are being unfairly targeted. However, then I saw this clip. Apparently today, after our show, he was on with Candace Owens, and he said this. And it's almost like I was watching this clip, and I'm like, man, it's bullshit. Florida's just targeting him. This is unfair prosecution. And then like in the middle of this clip, I went, never mind, he's probably fucked. Listen to what he said to Candace Owens and see if it changes the way we think about the whole Florida investigation thing.
Come get me, arrest me, perp walk me, put me.
All right, not a good start. I mean, I wouldn't recommend you do that, but all right.
On the news, tell everyone I'm a human trafficker. You think I'm not versed? You think I'm not ready? I'm a Navy SEAL in this shit. Fucking.
That is also something I wouldn't say. You want to call me a human trafficker? Arrest me, perp walk me. You think I'm not ready? I'm a Navy SEAL in this shit. Shh.
Fuck off and shut the fuck up.
That is a terrible idea. Oh yeah, you want to investigate me for for sex trafficking? I get arrested for sex trafficking all the time. I'm a Navy SEAL in sex trafficking. Hold up, bro. Just hold up.
Verse, you think I'm not ready? I'm a Navy SEAL in this shit. Fucking come get me. Raid my house. Take my stuff.
Shut the fuck up. It's only a 19-second clip, but it's just full of shut your fucking mouth moments.
You think I sleep with a phone full of evidence? You think I don't wipe my phone every night? You think I'm dumb?
Shut the fuck up. You think I sleep with a phone full of evidence under my pillow? No, I delete all my evidence every night. God damn it, dude. Even when the government tries to make you defensible, even when the government tries to make you mildly likable, you just take that goodwill and you blow it up like it's a strategic bridge in the middle of a retreat. Oh my God. Let's play the whole clip without me yelling, shut the... Here, where's the bell? We'll ring the bell every time he should just stop talking. Hold on. Andrew Tate talking about Florida investigating him for human trafficking.
Come get me, arrest me, perp walk me, put me on the news, tell everyone I'm a human trafficker. You think I'm not versed? You think I'm not ready? I'm a Navy SEAL in this shit. Fucking come get me, raid my house, take my stuff. You think I sleep with a phone full of evidence? You think I don't wipe my phone every night? You think I'm dumb? Come get me, arrest me, let's do this all over again. I've done it before. Come get me, arrest me.
I was wearing out my bell hand. Yeah, like when I heard that Florida was investigating him, I was like, man, this is bullshit. They're just targeting him. This isn't fair. And then I wipe my phone every night. Shut the fuck. God damn it, man. Jesus Christ. Papa Shab says, this is why Aaron Imholt is the smartest human trafficker I know. No! This is why he always chooses foreign nationals to traffic so he can threaten them with deportation. Oh, I forgot. I forgot about the human trafficking thing. Of course. An oldie but a goodie. Mad Max My Lost Interest says, is he wearing a rubber bald head skin? I know. If you look at... there's a clip we put up talking about Andrew Tate from this morning. And the picture I used for the thumbnail, he looks like he's in like movie prosthetics and makeup. Mad Max Mardigan says, every time I see this mass amount of allegations, I immediately assume fraud. But at the same time, unlike Aaron, I believe women can make their own decisions and should be held accountable for them. I don't know though, man. It's just like, it seems like every woman he comes in contact with is like, yeah, he made me go hooking. And why? Why does Andrew Tate have to send women out to go hooking? Isn't he worth like a metric fuck ton of money? Isn't he like one of the highest grossing kickboxers of all time? I read somewhere he's worth $300 million. Andrew Tate net worth. Andrew Tate's online business was estimated to generate $5 million per month. He has a net worth anywhere from $50 to $300 million. So he's doing all right. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says, even if these crimes are true, they were done in another country. This shouldn't be our business. He was a cam whore pusher. Oh, okay. So he's like one of these guys who like, oh, I'm her manager. She does OnlyFans and I manage. Okay. Those guys are all sleazeballs, by the way. So I wouldn't doubt if he's doing some shady shit. Question is he breaking the law? I don't know. 140 away from tonight's goal. Let's knock it out and call it a win. Freaky Deaky becoming a member for 30 months. Says if he ain't careful, he's going to end up like Sharon Tate. Pregnant with Roman Polanski's baby and murdered by a bunch of hippies? It's a strange way for Andrew Tate to have to go, but okie dokie. Is this breaking news accurate? This isn't good. Oh no, all my places are closing down. This can't be true. Guys, This is bad. I mean, this is great for my health. This is great news for me health-wise. Slim Chickens. I loved this place. I loved going through the drive-thru at Slim Chickens on a day where I went to the gym. I would get the 4-piece chicken tendies and fries with Slim sauce, which ironically, probably one of the thickest, fattest sauces they had. What do? Permanently closed. Fuck, dude. So they're done. This isn't even like they're announcing they're closing. They're just calling it a day. Oh, we got an article. Okay, good. Sun sets on St. Cloud's Slim Chickens. This is a story from today. One of St. Cloud's many chicken-themed restaurants has closed. It's so not fair that, what's that dog shit, flavorless, awful place? Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's gets to live, but a good place like Slim Chickens has to close. Americans and central Minnesotans are useless. One of St. Cloud's many chicken-themed restaurants is closed. Slim Chickens, near Cashwise Foods, has permanently closed as of Tuesday. Cock smoke. The store's Facebook page and Google list the business as being permanently closed, and the St. Cloud location no longer appears on the corporate website. The sign posted on the business's door says that it is with great sadness that they have made the very difficult decision to close, and they appreciate customers' dedication over almost 2 years. Bro, they didn't even make it 2 years. They're like my last marriage. Holy shit. Almost made it to the 2-year mark. That close. It's crazy how hard drugs and both of us being unfaithful can really cuts into that whole time spent married thing. So Slim Chickens is gonzo. They always say that. It's with great sadness that we announce we're closing. You never see one of these restaurants shut down and they leave a note on the door that says, "We are so fucking happy to be done with you fucking people. We hate you. It was a miserable time serving you. You're all fat, unwashed cunts, and we can't wait to fucking pull this shit out of the building. We hate you. Fuck yourself. I hope your life is terrible from here on out." Like, I'd like a real good, bitter, nasty, we're closing the doors thing. The notice says employees were told of the decision last week. Oh, that's kind of shitty. That really sucks. Like, so they only have a week to figure something out? Well, I guess the mall isn't too far away and get a job there. Actually warmed my heart. The kids and SP and I, we went to the mall this weekend, and the mall was pretty full. That's always very encouraging to me. Anytime the mall has a good crowd at it, I'm like, good. I want malls to make it. Malls are a good thing. The notice said employees were notified last week. WJON called Slim Chicken's corporate office in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Look at that journalism. I bet you Will Herron doesn't do that. And when Will Herron calls him, he goes, "Hello, can you guys tell me if you're still open?" Like, what? We can't understand you. "Tell me if you're still open." "Sir, have you been drinking?" "Yes, but that's not why you can't understand me. I have teeth that were actually transplanted into me from the last Kentucky Derby winner. If I were drinking more, you'd probably understand me better." WJON actually following up and calling the home office. Slim Chicken's St. Cloud location opened on April 3rd in 2023. Oh, almost made it this close to 2 years. Well, shit. See, like, I don't want to go to Popeyes. That's my thing. Popeyes is so bad for you. Slim Chickens was, still fucking terrible for you, but not as bad. Miss Tay with $10 says the upside is the chickens will live long enough to cross the road.
Fuck off and shut the fuck up.
That upset me. That joke actually ruined my day. What did I tell you before when the show started? I said, we're having a great day. I've gotten unbelievable updates today. That joke was enough to kill it. 135 away from today. Keep it going, boys and girls. $135 away from the last goal of the week. I appreciate it. Let's load up the Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo. That's always fun. Someone writes in, clucked. Oh, God. Why? God damn it, guys. Please don't turn to chicken puns. Can we get into the next story before we do chicken puns? That would be nice. Well, Jesus, I go to the Rumble chat. It's all just racist. Jesus. Yeah, Rusty Grammar is mad. Yeah, if someone says Andrew Tate's too old for Roman Polanski, that's a good joke. Rug pulled, mall full of Somalians. No, ever since that one stabbing incident, we don't let him in anymore. No, I think it's racist too. I think it's profiling, and that's wrong, but that's just the policy that they instated. Professor Tie-Dye said there was a soup place at one of the Maple Grove malls where the owner said, customers are awful, I'm done. I like that. But a guy who ran a place that only served soup was surprised that his business didn't work out. And a soup place in the mall. You ever want to eat soup at the mall? Like, soup is literally the worst mall food I can think of. You're walking, you're bouncing around, you're trying to eat a bite. It's, oh, fuck my mouth. It's a terrible mall food. No. We're not going to do soup stores at the mall. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says only a fucking week. Fuck that company. Hope his credit is shot to shit. Well, if you saw the people who work there, it's possible. Dive Bar says Popeyes has good tenders, but that's about it. The sandwich isn't bad. It's just too much everything, you know. Rusty Grammar says Slim's was the shit. Now I have to go to Popeyes and worry about actually needing to use my sidearm. Fucking awesome. I miss Best Burger. I do too. There was no better and more original burger place on earth than Best Burger. It was incredible. My Lost Interest says Aaron was easily tricked by the word slim in the name. I never used that though. Like anytime I told SP, like, I went to Slim Chickens, and she'd go, come on, you stopped for food. I never said, hey, that's Slim in the name. So I owned what a worthless piece of shit I was for stopping there. Kraken Slappin' says never made it to Slim Chickens. Well, no shit. No wonder why it closed. Dive Bar says Slim Chickens should have advertised on the Steel Toe show. They might still be in business. I mean, maybe, but then I would have got calls from ownership. We're seeing an uptick since we started advertising with you of people making racist jokes in line about our staff and giggling. We're not saying that it's connected, and I would have had to stop them and be like, it's probably connected. It's probably on us, man. Sorry. Kraken Slappin' says nothing better than some hot soup on a 100-degree day, right? Yeah, you go to the mall in the summertime, you're like, oh man, you got baked potato soup. That sounds like a great thing to do as I go try on clothes and go out in the hot sun. Let's do that. Let's have some chicken noodle while we're at it. Helgi says Aaron has a $20 Pizza Ranch buffet gift card. I don't. He's lying. He's making that up. 1:35 away from today. Thank you, Pumpkin Popsums. He throws us $5 and says, funny how Ben Shapiro is calling for Tate's head, but is asking for Chauvin's release. Is Ben Shapiro he's not an Andrew Tate guy? Well, Andrew Tate's not a very big Ben Shapiro guy. And I don't mean like he's not a big fan of Ben Shapiro. I mean like more like the yarmulke part. Andrew Tate's not a big fan. He's got a hang up on that one. Yeah, Sam Show, if Steel Toe, if they start advertising on Steel Toe, a lot of people coming up, are these chickens kosher? Fuck. All right. Well, Rusty Grammar says I used to eat at Best Burger at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times when they were hard up, just to help as much as I could. I even used my Twitched era but raced gift cards. Bit race gift cards and tipped the actual cost. All right. Well, didn't help. No, I'm just kidding. I loved that place, and the family who owned it were really great. They just couldn't find help. And with the owner having a regular job and that kind of being like the store being his side hustle, they just couldn't keep the damn thing open. They didn't have people to work it, which is really too bad because, they did pretty well. It was a good place. All right, guys, knock out that last 135, and let's call it another win for the toe. Did you guys see the Amaranth story? So I don't know if she's still a thing. I guess if she's still got giant fake tits and she's still, parading them around on stream, she's probably still got an audience. But apparently, Amaranth was the victim of a home invasion, and she shot the home invader. Now, I saw this story. I read about it today, and I was just like, holy shit, like, good for her, home invader. That's got to be scary. And then I started reading more about it, and it turns out that what happened was Amaranth had shown her, what is it, her crypto wallet on her stream. Amaranth showed her crypto wallet on stream, and then a bunch of people, I'm trying to find the better news story part of this. Shit. Well, anyway, she showed her Bitcoin wallet, and her Bitcoin wallet showed that she had $20 million in it. So naturally, some crazy asshole breaks into her house and demands her crypto password and, wants to get access to her money and get a few million for himself. Now, I will admit, the minute I heard this story, I went, she's making this shit up and she's doing it for publicity. Because her and her husband have done this before. Remember when they did that grift where they were like, he's dangerous, he's going to hurt me, and he ran off with all my money, and he's calling me, and he's threatening me. And then all of a sudden, they're just back together, everything's fine, everybody's good. It was totally a put on, and now I'm worried that they're going to look into this Amaranth thing, and like they put this crazy fucker up to this so they could get some attention, and it could boost their numbers. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying that I want to go on record as saying if that ends up being the case, I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, they got me. Oh, I got tricked. I could see that happening. I have no reason to believe that it's happened yet, but if that is what ends up being what went down with the Amaranth thing, it wouldn't shock me. Officials said they were called out to a neighborhood in Northwest Houston in reference to an aggravated robbery home invasion. Authorities said the victim, 31-year-old Caitlin Siragusa, said she was asleep at her home when 3 unknown men entered the home. Officials said the suspects entered by shooting out the patio window and kicking in the bedroom door. Okay. She posted a status about it. I'm not supposed to post the scene itself nor the casing, which are now evidence. They beat me before this video and pistol whipped me. The pummeling felt like it would never end, and I protected my head by putting my arms up like I learned how to do in boxing. Blood was streaming down my head, and my hands were beat brown. They brought duct tape and masks and were armed with handguns. Okay. Now, the victim reported the suspects demanded access to her cryptocurrency account, but were unable to access it. Now, remember, a couple days earlier on stream, she showed her crypto wallet and showed $20 million in it. So, idiotic fucking move. Really dumb thing to flex when you have a giant audience, and a lot of them could be filled with crazy simps. The victim was also reported that she was pistol whipped more than one time. Also, during the incident, the victim reported that she led the suspects to an area where her husband was at, knowing her husband had a weapon. Officials said the husband fired weapons, and they believe they may have struck one of the suspects. The suspects then fled the scene, and the victim was taken to the hospital with a non-life-threatening injury. Suspects have not been identified. The Houston Police Department Robbery Division is investigating the incident. I mean, I guess I have no reason not to believe her. But again, this is someone who has done bits, essentially. This is someone who's done works online. So we don't have a lot of information. So I don't really have enough to go, red flag, red flag, red flag. So, I mean, maybe it did. I mean, you flash $20 million on a screen, somebody might try and take a shot at you. I mean, that makes sense too. We can't ignore that. She did post at least part of the video of the whole thing, like a doorbell cam or something like that. So, hold on.
Oh, right here. It's in here.
I'm so sorry. Come on. Go, 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 go.
So there's the gunshot. Okay. So she leads them into there, saying that's where the crypto wallet thing will be. So she leads them into that building, but that's where her husband is with the gun, and he shoots at them.
Oh, right here. It's in here.
I'm so sorry. Come on.
So these three all have guns, and they let this girl just run across the yard to open a door for them. And then as soon as they all get in there, there's gunshots. The husband's fired. Even though they have guns, they don't shoot back. We hear some gunshots, and all three of them get to run away.
Go, 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 go.
I don't know, man. Dogs barking at him and shit. They don't shoot the dog, anything like, I don't know. She's weird, dude. She's a weird person. No reason not to buy it. The door is open to where the crypto wallet is or deserves to be run up on. Lander says, wouldn't a victim with a gunshot wound be easy to find in local hospitals? Or not if they didn't take him to a hospital. Chernobog says, one said, I got shot. Pretty sure. Yeah, I guess. She has a history of staging shit. She has a history of, remember when she did that shit where she staged being harassed at the gym? Like she was doing that shit where she was just filming herself with her ass and tits out at the gym and like trying to tell people, don't walk in my shot. And they kicked her out of the gym because they're like, you're distracting people. Like you're doing this for show. It's performative. She's done a lot of shit that makes you go, like just the fact that I'm sitting here going, did this really happen to her? Is she doing like some kind of work sort of deal? Do we have the Amaranth, what would you call it? The gym video or whatever. Let's see if we can find the thing where she goes to the gym. Well, fuck. Oh, well. Yeah, they asked her to leave because she was, I mean, really just dressed like a hoe on live stream. I don't think so. I'm going to go with I don't buy it. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says the correct name is OnlyFans, Aaron. Oh, my lost interest says, I don't know this chick. Can we see a photo? Well, let's take a, would you like to pick one? There she is. There she is. There she is. That's not her. That's not her. That's her. Gym stream starting on my Twitch. Are you coming? Get it? Like coming. It's weird. So weird. Oh, that's some gym progress. Oh, that's great because that's your ass. Okay. Oh, look, I'm like a Pokemon, you guys, except with tits. Isn't this weird? Look. It's just this gym. It's just gym clothing, you guys. Oh, and there's me. Hey, fun. So, Call it what you will. Judge how you will. Lander says you're run-of-the-mill white whore. Julius with $2 says, you sure this isn't a new plot for her next OnlyFans video? That's right. She does have an OnlyFans. $5 from CJ says she lied about shooting while live tweeting. It was her husband. Days prior, she said LGBTP people should have died in the LA fires. PR stunt. Hired act. Really? So she was getting some heat for some LGBTQ shit? Okay. You know what? That deserves to be in the record as well. That deserves to be in the record too. Oh boy, this I don't know because I don't know much about her, like what she's been up to or anything like that. This is starting to smack like it could, like there could be some credibility issues. Amaranth leak. What is this? Amaranth robbed at gunpoint, ambulance called. Yeah, and then she started tweeting about it while they were there. I don't know. She's gone live to explain her situation. Oh, was this the husband one? Okay, so this is back when she said her husband was going crazy and stole all her money and this and that.
And I think that when he heard himself on that call, it really sunk in how much of an asshole he is.
So he stole the dog. He was threatening to hurt the dog. He stole their money. And now it's just, oh, I showed him himself on the recording and he knows what an asshole he is now. And it's totally fine.
It's like you never fucking realized, idiot. Anyways.
Drama farming. This is drama farming.
As of today, though, I have access to all of my accounts and finances again.
Oh, isn't that great, you guys? She was so worried. This was 2.5 years ago, by the way. She was so worried that she was never going to see her money again. But don't worry, she got all her access back the next day.
He's not here. He's getting help. And I'm seeking legal and emotional counsel.
And she just lied about all of this. It's fabricated. It was for show.
I'm like, do I drink? Do I stay hydrated? I don't know which one right now.
Terrible actress.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people reach out to offer their help and support, including like legal help, places to stay, etc. So.
And she made a fuck ton of money off this, by the way. People were sending in literal boxes of cash, I remember. See, it's shit like that notice me shit, that pick me shit. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Power Windows says, stand up, Aaron. Lander says, we need an erection check. That's a no-win situation for me. If I stand up and I'm not, you guys are going to be like, what are you, fucking gay? If I stand up and I am, you're going to be like, oh, you're getting boners off of girls on the internet? This is a no-win situation for me, boys and girls. Chernobog says, that, sir, is simp farming. CJ says, Amaranth is closeted mega, scared to be ostracized. Well, yeah, if she said some fucked up shit about LGBTQ people and needed to get out of that one, you know what? I could see it. I could see it. Thank you, CJ, for the $2. 130 away from today's goal. Hey, I don't mean to throw it out there, but the evening show is at risk of not hitting a goal. This can't happen. You guys have been like, this can't be a flip day where the morning show knocks theirs out right away and the evening show blows it on their last one. I won't allow it. 130 away from tonight's goal. Knock it out. Call it another win for the toe. You know, we only have Paul with the $2 over on PayPal, Streamlabs, or Venmo, so feel free to load that thing up. 130, not the end of the world, not the hardest goal to hit, but let's hit it anyway. What is it, 7-12? I'm used to it being over by now with you guys at the helm. We've got, this was, this was the Amaranth stuff. We're all good with that. This is a very quick thing. This was really funny. Then we got to get to the lady who shaved her head so that she could look like Zelensky, so she could be, in lockstep supporting Ukraine. Lander says, uh-oh, where's MSO? He might get a win. Like, I'm letting the thought creep into my head. That thought has not creeped into my head for weeks on this evening show. So let's see. I hope he doesn't. Tomorrow morning's our last goal, and we're already into it on the morning. And this would be our 4th straight week of perfect weeks. Every goal gets knocked out. That's kind of huge. That's really cool. That's an awesome deal for us. So I definitely don't want to lose this evening. Throw in a couple, like 1:30 though. You guys all get moving on that. We'll be done soon. We'll be done very quickly. Let's watch this evening audience cook. What do we got? $2 from Kyle says, here's another 2. Well, it's $1.45. Thank you. That is weird. Like PayPal, if you throw in a bunch, it doesn't take much, but if you throw in a little, it takes more. I guess, yeah, they got to make their money, right? 1:30 away. Go ahead and drop in. Let's call it another win for the toe. This is a funny hot mic moment over in the UK. So they were covering the Trump-Zelensky thing. And somebody forgot to cut the mic after the reporter was done. And we got to hear what everybody was talking about after the report was over.
Does not want to appear divided, not least in the face of Russia.
James Waterhouse there for us in Kyiv. Well, European leaders
done?
have been rallying behind Ukraine, expressing their full backing.
I saw a meme saying this is the second time ever that a US president
British
fucked
Prime
someone in
Minister
the Oval Office.
It's funny to me how quickly these TV guys go from like straight-laced professional, we're bringing you the news, to like the instant they say cut, they're like fuck, piss, asshole, shit, retard, cunt, blah, blah. Like there's no like cool down time for any of these guys. It's like when we went to commercial in radio, we weren't just like immediately like fuck, shit. Like it was, you were still in radio mode. So for these TV guys, they're so soulless and they hate their jobs so much that they're going, and they're looking for a peaceful settlement to the conflict. Back to you in the studio. These motherfuckers are pieces of shit. And it's just like, dude, you couldn't wait for a little bit.
Not least in the face of Russia.
James Waterhouse there for us in Kyiv. Well, European
done?
leaders have been rallying behind Ukraine, expressing their full backing.
I saw a meme saying this is the second time ever that a US president
British
fucked
Prime
someone in
Minister
the
Keir
Oval
Starmer,
Office.
fresh off his own visit to the White House, spoke to both President Trump and President Zelensky. A spokesperson said,
now hold on a minute. Could she hear that? Because if the anchor lady could hear that and she still kept going, she deserves a raise. Whoever fucked up turning that guy's mic off should be fired and she should get half his salary. Because that is a pro move, because she didn't even break. Not only did she keep going, but she didn't even hesitate. Like I said, I don't even know if could she even hear it? Go back. Because I mean the guy is clearly talking over her and she just powers right through. She's a pro's pro.
Face of Russia.
James Waterhouse there for us in Kyiv. Well, European
done?
leaders have been rallying behind Ukraine, expressing their full backing.
I saw a meme saying this is the second time ever that a US president
British
fucked
Prime
someone in
Minister
the
Keir
Oval
Starmer,
Office.
fresh off his own visit to the White House, spoke to both President.
Boy, they cut that mic real quick after that, though, didn't they? Ooh, you could hear that sound change right off the bat.
Trump and President Zelensky. A spokesperson said Sakira.
Look, shit happens. You have hot mic moments. In all seriousness, I don't want to see someone get fired over it. But, I mean, Jesus, dude. Like I said, just give it a second. Give it a half a second before you start. I mean, how about, is the mic cut? Or take the mic off and put it away, and then you can talk about your meme where the president's fucking people in the Oval Office. Lander says, British humor, gay as always. I don't know. He was probably quoting some Facebook meme or something. Like, as far as Facebook memes go, that's not terrible, right? It's not the worst one you've ever heard. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says, fuck yeah, she's hot as fuck. Really? I thought she was a little older. Not saying you can't be hot if you're a little older, but I didn't. When I saw her, the first thing I thought was very professional, not super hot. I could be wrong. Maybe I just don't have the magic eye anymore. Dive Bar says you could hear somebody laughing in the background too. Yeah, I mean, whoever he was with, they were very entertained by the whole thing. I'm not saying they weren't. Lander says, too bad they never take advantage of modern dentistry. Oh, there we go. Now we're gonna shit on the mother country for not brushing their teeth. I get it. I understand. All right, but Lander's saying she is cream pie material. Wow, somebody. I also like to live dangerously. All right, guys, help us knock out that 130. What did we start at tonight? 160? Oh, shit. Hour and 15 minutes in, we made 30. All right, help out. Move on. We haven't really had to sing for our supper or beg anything so far this week on the evening shows, so I guess there's a first time for everything. Let's start throwing in, though, and avert any kind of disaster, because I'll be honest, between you, me, and a fence post, I kind of thought this one was fait accompli tonight. Lander says, oh, and inbreeding, too. They love that shit across the pond. Prostate Puncher says, fucker didn't read my funny comment. Have you been drinking tonight? You're very hostile. Oh, he said, I bet the anchor fucks like a Clydesdale with a bullet wound. Hey-oh! Aren't you glad I read that one? You don't want to miss that shit. Quabow. All right, I got a pile of stickers. Anyone who throws $20 or more in tonight is getting 3 stickers each. 3 stickers each to anyone who throws in $20 or more tonight. I'm mailing them out. We need to hit our 130. We have one goal left after tonight, and that's perfection. That's a perfect week, and I don't want to put that at risk. This is a new low. Like, I've seen some pro-Ukraine videos that made me retch. This one's new. Some woman basically transed herself to become Zelensky because she wanted to show her support for Ukraine. I don't know if what Trump did last weekend was good. And look, hear me out. Because a lot of you are going to go, what are you talking about? What are you, some kind of Ukraine simp? No, I'm not that either. All I'm saying is Trump really seems to have galvanized these lunatics who are like, anything for Ukraine. I don't even remember what country I live in. I just love Zelensky and love Ukraine and globalism so much. And I know we talk about how he's broken people's brains before, but it's starting to hit like new levels. Like, is anyone else worried that, like, remember the containment unit in Ghostbusters and it was filling up and they're like, what happens if this thing blows? I'm starting to feel the same way about measurable amounts of Trump derangement syndrome. Like, we got women shaving their head and trying to look like Zelensky. We got the news media. They're out there and they're like, I hope that 13-year-old doesn't get a job and K himself. Oh, God. Well, here, let's see how this woman did with looking like Zelensky. First of all, I have to say she's off to a good start. We American. Oh, so she's one of us. I thought maybe she was like a Ukrainian. No, she wouldn't be a Ukrainian. She likes Zelensky. We Americans love you. First of all, as though he's going to see this and go, oh, thank you very much. If he sees this and he likes it, he's going to hit you up for money. He's going to Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants for Ukraine. We're $250 billion away from our goal. We will give you war overtime if you hit the goal. All he's going to do is ask you for a dono if he sees this and he likes it. Second of all, stop it. Oh, my God. We laugh with you. No, I don't. I don't laugh with him. We cry with you. I can't even play this music because I'm going to get popped for it. When you stand tall, we stand with you. What the fuck? And when you fight, dude, she could turn this into a Hitler look so easily. Dude, you just take that black pen, you draw in a little stash right here. You are Führerin like crazy. I didn't realize how much Zelensky looked like Adolf Hitler. We fight with you. Ew. Please don't judge us by our government. No, fucking judge it. You judge us by our government, Mr. Zelensky. You understand me? There she's putting on some, what do they call that? Contour? Is she contouring? Yes, Hitler mustache. Put on the Hitler mustache. Oh, shit. She didn't do it. Deep down inside. Oh, Jesus. What are you doing? Oh, my God. That is the creepiest fucking thing I've ever seen. Here, take all my money. Oh, shit. It's not really Zelensky. Oh, my God. Ugh. Oh, and then she's got, well, no, don't put a United States Marine Corps shirt on. He wears like weird, like Ursula harpoon shirts. Like a shirt you get, Slava Ukraini. Ugh. I would only do that if Alexander Usyk was president. That's it. So that's what they're doing to show their support for Ukraine. Billy Bob Norris writes, so is she lesbian or what? I mean, if she wasn't before, she kind of is now. Billy Bob Norris does say the whole 2-on-1 Vance and Trump versus Zelensky thing wasn't a good look. Yeah. And I know they weren't going for a good look, but it did kind of look like, when I first watched it, I was like, ooh, we're kind of ganging up on this motherfucker. Like we're kind of like at first it was like kind of watching Rocky get beat by Drago. You're like, all right, the guy's really taking a fucking pounding from you guys. Jesus. Can we back it off a little? And then like watching him continuously try to argue and like he doesn't say thank you and he's just kind of been an entitled cunt. And then I remember him being like, if the United States does not give us $250 billion, we will demand that Europe give us $250 billion. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I have a hard time feeling sympathy for him. Thank you for the $10, Miss Tay.
Stop dipping into your ketamine stash. Put down the bong.
$10 from Miss Tay says, for Stephen Bravo, the mole, that fucking mole, that piece of shit mole, I'm gonna get him. Gonna put in one of those underground shock things, and I'm gonna trap the mole. And Kevin Soundboard. Thank you, Miss Tay. Miss Tay's now at 163, firmly anchored in third place. 125 away from tonight. Do it up. Keep throwing in those generous contributions. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's get that 125 hammered out and call it the final win for the toe for the week. I'm very excited. Thank you, evening show people. You've been fantastic. Let's wrap it up and let's finish strong. Thank you. We got about 30 minutes until we rattle the cans. Let's open up our second hour stuff. Where are we at? 7:25? We're opening up the second hour stuff. I feel good about this. Oh, if we hit overtime, we've got apparently, like, Stephen A. Smith is so trying to get kicked out of like the Democrats' favor. Like, number one, he yelled at the ladies from The View. We watched that, which is great. By the way, it was who said it? Yeah, My Lost Interest said it. She deserves some credit because that chick was creepy, but it actually looked a lot like Zelensky. It was pretty spot on. But Stephen A. Smith yelled at the View ladies, and I enjoyed that, but he yelled at the View ladies. Now he's talking like super nice about Candace Owens, of all people. Like, Stephen A. Smith is by no means a Republican. And like lately, they've been looking at him for like political takes. I don't know why. Stephen A. has always been a sports guy. He's always been mostly a football and basketball guy. There's been no reason for Stephen A. Smith to all of a sudden become a political philosopher, but I think he's black and a Democrat, so they want to push him out there. The only problem is they're pushing him out there and like, look, he's black, he's a Democrat. And when they pull his pull string, he goes, man, all these liberals are dumb motherfuckers. And you're like, oh, shit. He's like, they need to stop with this woke bullshit. It's like, uh-oh. And then all the liberals with nose rings are like, guys, another black is malfunctioning. Another black is malfunctioning. You need to get over here. So, Stephen, we got him for overtime tonight. I hope we can get to it. 125 away. Throw in a few bucks. Let's hammer this thing out and call it another win for the toe. The next thing we've got this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. The LA Times published a video yesterday that shows a juvenile detention facility in Southern California. It's not clear if they were doing like a fight club thing or if just a bunch of kids were oh boy. I just got an update from Keanu on something, and it is very, very funny. I'll keep my mouth shut. It's just that today's been a good day. That's all I can say. Today's been a very good day. All right, so these juveniles start fighting in a juvenile detention center. Probation officers are looking on, or the detention officers are looking on, and they're not doing anything. Here's the problem. Like, even in a juvenile detention center, you put your hands on these kids, they tell somebody you're in trouble. Happens all the time. Like in schools especially, like straight up in schools, kids start fighting. You see more and more now, the teachers just clear out. Everybody gives them space. It turns into a giant Donnybrook because at one point, one teacher somewhere put their hands on a student to separate them. That student complained to their parents and they sued the school. And so now all the teachers are told to be hands off. This is at a juvenile detention center as a fight was going on. This is from the LA Times again.
Pronamel,
are the
clinical
ones who,
enamel strength,
what the
can help us
really?
to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by
CNN,
science.
you
It is
dirty
clinically
dogs.
proven to strengthen our teeth. I would
Getting an
recommend this
enamel
toothpaste to
commercial
everybody.
snuck by me.
It's really an amazing
You
product.
bastards. Here we
30
go.
officers at a juvenile detention facility in Southern California have been charged for their alleged roles in so-called, quote, gladiator fights between youth and their care.
Oh, they're staging them. Okay, well I mean, you could argue that like if two people are going at it, like the probation officer's job is to make sure it doesn't spill out into these guys here. So they got to kind of, play security a little bit. But if they're organizing it and it's a gladiator thing, yeah, you're losing your fucking job. In 2025 especially, you're losing your job. Especially if they find out that these guys have been like passing 20s between each other and making this like Mandingo fighting or some shit.
Surveillance video obtained by the LA Times shows several officers standing by as teens fight each other. Some officers can be seen stepping in to break up the fights.
Well, wait a minute. Well, those guys did their job. I don't see what's wrong with that part. Those guys were doing all right.
A grand jury indictment alleges that officers allowed nearly 70 fights to take place between July and December 2023.
Holy shit. You know what? That's a lot. 70 fights in 5 months. That's quite a bit. 5 months? That's 20 weeks. That's 3 a week. Every other day, you're staging fights. Yeah, that's not good.
Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall. More than 140 victims between the ages of 12 and 18 were involved.
Okay, so it was human cockfighting, essentially.
We believe that this was planned. It was intended.
They were betting on it.
It was a desire on the part of the juvenile probation officers
for
these fights to occur.
They were betting.
The officers are facing charges including child endangerment and abuse, conspiracy, and battery. The Los Angeles County Probation Department, which runs the facility, said in a statement that it fully supports and applauds the indictments, and that all officers involved are on leave without pay.
Well, yeah, what are they supposed to do? Be like, we stand by our officers. They're good guys, They're all being railroaded. You'll see. You'll understand. No. They're going to throw these guys under the bus, and hard. I don't know. I think there was probably money involved. I think it would be like extra shitty if these probation officers were just letting these kids fight like for love of the game. If they're like in some way it makes more sense. If that makes any sense, it makes more sense if these guys were, betting money on each guy. Like if you're just sitting there and you're not getting anything out of it, you're like, look, these kids just fucking punch each other in the face. That's almost sicker in a weird way. All right, boys and girls, 125 away from tonight's goal. Another story, another bomberooski on a night where we have made, survey says, $35 Ooh, that hurts. That stings. It wouldn't sting if it were the morning show. I'm going to be very honest about that. If it were the morning show, it wouldn't sting. But these are my guys. These are the guys that I've been talking shit to everyone about. Like evening show guys, you wouldn't believe it. We get to 7 o'clock. These guys, they've knocked it out. They've crushed it. They've killed it. Now tonight, 125. Like I came in here tonight going, all right, I just have to worry about tomorrow morning. And then we've got another perfect week. I overlooked tonight. I'll be very honest. And I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose tonight. I'm going to lay it right out on the table. I don't want it. I'm too fucking close to 4 weeks in a row of perfect weeks to lose tonight. Let's throw in, let's click that PayPal, that Streamlabs, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, gifted memberships. Let's do it. Let's get it in. Let's go. MSO says, I leave for an hour. I come back and all I hear is goal. Yes. We are, we're taking it in the proverbial turd cutter this evening. We got about 20 minutes until I've really got to get aggressive with it. Adam Simon gifting a membership. Thank you very much, buddy. It's getting us that's got us close to the over the 500 member mark, I believe, or we might be over it already. Thank you, pal. Keep it going. My lost interest says, never count your slim chickens before they hatch. Ooh, that one double hurts today. A slim chickens reference double hurts this evening. U.S. border encounter. Holy shit, did you see this number? Border encounters dropped off a cliff last month. Take a look at this. February border crossings. 2022, 166,000. 2023, 156,000. 2024, 189,000. That's how many people were that the Border Patrol just encountered. This doesn't count the people who snuck in and didn't encounter any Border Patrol. Border Patrol encountered 189,000 illegals trying to get across the border. Last month, 8,326. It went down by over 180,000 people. So, I mean, it is just, it's clear as day. This problem could have been handled at any time. So for the Biden administration to go, we don't know how to fix the border. We don't know what's going on. It was easy. All you had to do was try. If it's not clear by now that this was 100% a plot to bring future Democratic voters into the country, make them dependent on our welfare system, make them dependent on the government for their livelihood and services, and then pass bills that say illegals can vote or legal residents can vote or whatever. That was the plan all along. Yeah, Chernobog says they were importing voters. Essentially, they were just importing more Democratic voters. And it was working. And really, if you think about it, they were one election away. If they won this one, Trump wasn't running again. Not at 82 years old, he wasn't going to run again. You really didn't have any heir apparent. Nobody really thought much of J.D. Vance until, we got a little closer to Inauguration Day. I mean, this was kind of the last best hope kind of election. And they got it. They got the W. But I knew that we were down when it came to border crossings. I knew we were doing a much better job, but from 189,000 to 8,300 is, and really all that is because you don't have time to beef up security on the border and get everybody trained in and everything else. A lot of that is just plain word of mouth. Trump is here. Trump's coming for the border. He's going to kick you out. He's going to send you back into the desert. Don't even go. A lot of that is not, we're catching people. A lot of that is, don't even go to the border. Don't even show up, shutting it down. Rusty Grammer says, we need to ban Dems from voting and holding office or nothing will ever change. Call me fascist, but they are a massive problem. We don't have to call you fascist for saying that. That's fascism. We need to outlaw the opposition party and make it so they can't hold office anymore. I don't have to call you a fascist. You're calling you a fascist when you say that. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says, you didn't hear the part Trump isn't deporting anymore during the speech, did you? Didn't he say something like they're not even showing up? Like we're not even going to have to do anything at one point because they're not even going to show up anymore? I mean, that would be nice, right? That'd be okay with me. Guys, 125 away from today. 125. And then it's a perfect week of evening shows. Toss a little something in the PayPal. Toss a little something in the Streamlabs. Toss a little something at Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. Click the link. Help us get there. Another win for the toe. And 4 hours closer to having another perfect week. Please and thank you. Let's see what we can do. 125 away. A few of you team up. We can have this thing hammered out in no time. Remember when American Congresswoman, what's the Somali one? Ilhan Omar, the one who married her brother. Remember when Ilhan Omar gave that big speech? Everyone got really mad about it. She was saying that, like, I'm going to be a representative for Somalia first. My motivation, my main prerogative, my main priority in Congress is the well-being of Somalia. And all the people there are like, yeah, that's great. That's awesome. And everyone else who was watching at home was like, what the shit? You're just allowed to say that? You can just say that out loud? Did you take a vow to protect Somalia from all enemies, foreign and domestic? I don't remember that part. Well, it turns out she's not the only one. There's a state representative in Maine who feels the same way that Ilhan Omar does, that America, yeah, that's just kind of the country we're using right now. You know, Tom Jones left his heart in San Francisco. These people left their heart in Mogadishu. Let's listen to Maine State Representative Deka Dalek and what she has to say about her job as a state legislator. She says, we Somalis living outside of Somalia must always prioritize our country, Somalia. You know what's funny about that is if we call Somalia their country, they get mad at us and go, no, we're here now. This is our country. It's like, really? You got a funny way of showing it by saying we're not your main priority. And think of developing our country. Well, couldn't you have stayed there and done that? No, we had to take American welfare money and we had to send it back home so we could build a well. This must be done especially by those Somalis abroad, such as in the U.S. God. You know, it's one thing to be a Somali in the U.S. and you're like working at a factory and that's your position. It's another thing to be an elected official of this country. I mean, the state of Maine, but in this country. But it's really, it's extremely difficult to sit here and convince us that, hey, we're all in this together. Hey, it's, you know, me and you and a dog named Blue. What do you say? USA, USA. When you're giving a speech in Somali that's telling people, hey, you know, Somalia first. We got to take all of our American dollars, send them back home so we can rebuild the home country. But it's frustrating because it's one of those things where if you point it out and you call it out, they go, oh, how dare you? I could literally repeat word for word what she just said. I could go, hey, I bet you that Representative Dhaka Damale or whatever the fuck her name was, I bet you she believes that Somalia is her first priority and that all the Somalis here in America ought to use their resources and efforts to help Somalia first. Aaron, that's terrible. That's a racist thing for you to say. And then hit play on their speech and they'd go, that's brave. That's brave. That's brave. Oh, man. MSO says R.I.P. Gordy. Look, I'm not gonna hurt Gordy for a couple of reasons. One, you guys are gonna knock out this goal for us. You're not gonna let us lose. You're not gonna let us have an imperfect week after 3 straight weeks of fucking crushing it. You're not gonna do that to my psyche. It's gonna fuck me up too bad. I've had a great day. Cannot fuck up this great day. And number two, even if we didn't hit it, I would still love Gordy very much. I got him, I refilled his Beggin' strips today. I just figured if it was me buying his food, Beggin' strips would be fitting. You know, it keeps the family line going, right? All right, guys, 125 away. We've made a whopping $35 this evening. We need to do something. We need to make a move. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan says, would you drop kick Gordy live on Rumble Friday for a week of goals? No, absolutely not. I wouldn't drop kick Gordy for any reason. But, you guys could just throw in the 125 and we'd never have to find out. That works too. Hopefully Gordy number 5 won't piss anywhere. I haven't killed any Gordys. And if I killed one Gordy, why would I get another Gordy? Wouldn't I just not get a dog or do something else? By the way, guys, you making me yell like this, he can hear me. All right? This is not okay. You're causing injury twice. Because one, I am starting to panic a little internally about this 125. I kind of thought if I asked, because I haven't had to ask in the evenings for a long time. I kind of thought if I'd ask, you guys would maybe click the PayPal, the Streamlabs, the Venmo, whatever. And we'd have started hammering this thing out by now because we have 15 minutes. And it's a perfect week, and I'm starting to choke on that perfect week. But then also, now you guys are making me defend whether or not I abuse Gordy, and I so don't. So please, numero uno, Josh Denny fan says, give this man his money. I sure would be grateful if we could. And if it was Monday night, I'd go, oh, fuck, I suck. This is terrible. This has been a shit night. What do you do? But we've got a perfect week of evening shows hanging in the fucking balance. And I just want to get back to doing the show. Hard to do when this is in the back of my mind. Throw in a few bucks. Streamlabs, PayPal. Time for another Gordy mouth-feeding trick for donations. Come on. We've been doing so well. We can just do this. It can just be done. Numero uno says, come on, gay F words. I hit my Rumble rant limit running schemes elsewhere. Yeah, guys, run some schemes like numero uno does. There, I just hit refresh again, and guess what it says? Nothing. Aaron, you're fine, right? No, I'm not fine at all. I'm actually, I'm really starting to panic about where tonight's going because this isn't working. All right, let's go to the Stephen A. Smith thing. This might be my last hurrah for the evening. I really fucking hope not. And if it is, I hope the morning show fucking takes their vengeance on all he is. Let's go to Stephen A. Smith. This is him talking about the Democrats, the presidential address. Like, Democrats have gone to Stephen A. Smith and they've been like, save us, Stephen A., the sports guy. And he's like, fuck you. I don't like any of these people. This is him talking about last night's speech.
Now you see why Stephen A. Smith was in the polls as a presidential candidate?
He see, when that first came out, that people were talking about him running for president, he's like, that is ridiculous. It is ridiculous that they're thinking I should be a presidential candidate. Now he's like, yeah, motherfucker, you see why they talking about me being president? That's why, bitch. And he's talking about, by the way, if you didn't see this, we played it this morning. This is the Democrats, like all of their top leaders made the same exact video about Trump and Elon. I mean, to the word, scripted, just letter for letter. They said the same thing.
See what I'm talking about? You see that idiocy right there? You talk about something, people being tone deaf. Why the hell would 22 Democratic senators be literally echoing the same thing and think that would resonate with the American people? All it shows is that the same fabric of our democracy is unchanging in the eyes of some of these officials, and as a result, the constituency they represent, which is why Donald Trump is in office.
You know what's sad to me about this? It's sad to me that a guy just speaking basic, like common sense that like a fucking bricklayer could think of is looked at as, oh my God, could this be the Democratic savior? This is how fucked this entire party is. Is they're like, this guy gives hot takes on LeBron James for a living. And you're sitting there going, this could be the guy that rescues our party. You are fucked if that's even a question. And that's what he's trying to tell you. He's trying to tell you, hey, shape the fuck up because I ain't coming to save you. The fact that you're looking at me to save you shows how fucked you are. Stephen A. Smith can't come into this and win. He can't. Not because he's not smart or he's not good. It's because this is behind him. These fucking people. They need to change. This ain't going to fix it.
What, do I have to come up to Capitol Hill and give you lessons?
That'd be kind of funny, actually. That would be great. Could you imagine him on Capitol Hill giving one of those Stephen A. Smith ESPN speeches? That would be aces.
Seriously. You don't get it?
They don't. Stephen.
Oh, you did. Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Chuck Schumer. Let's all get together. Let's put this in a prompter and all together, albeit in separate rooms, we'll grab a microphone and say the same damn thing. And that's what's going to resonate with the...
You know what's funny is Democrats actually listen to him. They don't understand he's being sarcastic and they go, yeah, that's about the long and short of it. Why? And then Stephen A. Smith just throws his head through his set. Let's have another cup of coffee. Let's have another piece of pie. That'll fix it. This is why people are looking to Stephen A. Smith and saying, he'll be good enough. And again, let this cook around in his head a little bit. He will run because, like Phil Herslit says, Stephen A. is a legend in his own mind. He will swallow this bullshit eventually and be like, maybe I should run. And he'll humiliate himself. But it's because you guys all really suck. Miss Tay says, show us Gordy and I'll knock out the goal. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm sorry. Shit, I'm a fucking retard. Anonymous Fake Dono says, you're doing a good job. You're doing a great job, sweetie. What movie are we watching tonight? Oh, probably Lifetime, schnookums. 1:15 away from tonight. Miss Tay with $2 says, show us Gordy and I'll knock out the goal. We're 1:15 away. And you know what? If it was Monday, like I said, I would not subject myself to this embarrassment and this humiliation. But you know what? There's a perfect week on the line. This is no time to be proud. You know what? Give me just 1 second. Let me fire this up. Gordy, come here, bud. Gordy Pup, come here, buddy. Come here, Gord. Give me one. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. This was kind of my ace in the hole. Now I'm... Shit. Don't you go dying on me. Give me 1 second.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Good boy. It's a good boy. Gordy's such a good boy. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Gord, are you a good boy? Are you a good boy, Gordy? Are you a good boy? You want a treat? You want a treat? Oh, you want a treat? You want a treat, Gord? All right. Gordy lives. For now, fuckers. Gordy is here. Gordy is alive. Gordy is love. Gordy is life. Oh, boy. I made somebody really mad tonight, too. Somebody left me a really angry message. I think I occupy a little too much of their time. Thank you, Miss Tay, for the 100. That puts Miss Tay at 263. Oh, wait, Miss Tate just went to first place. Now I got to do a calculator. Australian to dollar calculate. I hate this. So that would mean 100 is 63. So that's 45. 55 now off the goal. So that means we are at, I can do this, $55 away from tonight. There we go. 55 away. Now it's much more manageable. Miss Tay with $20 Australian. Oh, shit. Here we go. 283. There we are. Now we're only $55 away from this evening. And now we're going to say if we knock out that last $55, Gordy gets a begging strip. Gordy gets a treat if we knock out that last 55 in the next 6 minutes. Now, people are saying that it's not the same Gordy. They're saying that this isn't a real Gordy. Put your dick away, bud. Put your dick away. They're saying it's not the same you. Can you show them that it's you? It is bullshit that you think this wouldn't be the real me. I will bake you a tostada and show you who the real big dog is. I came down here tonight with my dick out. I put my dick away to be nice to you. And now you want to threaten me and call me an imposter? Well, I say, fuck you, pendejo. You're such a good boy. You talk so much shit. Miss Tay says this is blackmail. All right, what's 50 Australian? What is that? We take home about 20 off of that one? 35 away from knocking out tonight. Thank you very much, Miss Tay, being unbelievably generous. $35 away from calling it a win tonight, and I am having a hard time keeping track. 313. There we go. He is really, you know what it is? I'm so loud. He doesn't like it. He's snuggling, man. He is snuggling. Oh, you know what it is? You can't see it. Off camera is the whole bag of begging strips. That's what he's staring at. That's why he's shaking. Look at this. He will not break eye contact with that bag. Is that what you want, buddy? Do you want the bag of begging strips? I'm not yelling at him. MSO says, you can tell it's the same Gordy. Look at how he hates Aaron. He doesn't hate me. Bud, you're such a good boy, aren't you? You're such a good boy. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Oh, you're such a good boy. All right, $35 away. Let's knock out the rest, and then we'll throw Gordy. You know what? Gordy gets a begging strip anyway. Buddy, you want a treat? You want a treat? You sit. Look at him. Now he's full of life. He hates being on camera. You want a treat? You want a treat? Here you go. Good boy. You sit. Good boy. Sit. Miss Tay with $50 says, that should be it. Now give him those strips. Thank you, guys. We kept our perfection going only because of Miss Tay's love of dogs. And now Miss Tay is at 363 Australians for this week. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says, you kicked Gordy. I so did not kick Gordy. Thank you guys very much. Another win for the toe.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Numero uno Josh Denny fan says, pretty sure he kneed Gordy right in the snout when he spun the chair back. Lander says, Aaron, you are a sick son of a bitch. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says, we saw the leg sweep. Oh, hey, buddy, are you back? Did you finish your begging strip? Do you want to come up? Oh, he's got his tail wagging. He's going ape shit. He loves these. He fucking loves these. These are his favorite. Look at it. He doesn't. Oh, my God, this is not good. Do you want to come up here and show him your new trick that I found out you do? My lost interest says, Gordy giving you April scowls. You know what they say? April scowls bring May divorces. My Lost Interest says Miss Tay is a rock star. Miss Tay is indeed a rock star. Oh, my God. Actually, I think I did the math wrong on her gives. I think I didn't credit her with enough. 12, 18. No, 45, 25. No, I did. Okay, good. I did it right. I did it right. Sorry that you use wacky, funny, silly Australian money and that I have to do math on the fly. Jesus. Guys, we have a problem. So I fed the dog, right? I gave him the begging strip. Now he's just sitting there staring at me. Like, do I give him another? Should I give him the other half? I usually break his begging strips in half. Do I give him the other half? No, Landers, that's what I'm doing. That's where I do the currency conversions, is on Google. Because he's just sitting here and he's staring at me determined. And he's not even looking at me. He's looking clearly at the bag. Buddy, dude, he's staring a fucking hole through me, right? If you could see the stare that I'm getting, he is determined. It's all he wants. Rusty Grammer says, all right, the May divorce one-liner was pretty good. Dude, it's fucking hilarious. I'm immensely talented. They're saying definitely. All right. Do you want the other? Oh my, you know what? We got to install, when we get the new camera. Actually, we have another camera in there. I should go grab the other camera. We have to install a Gordy cam for when he's sitting here like this. You should see when this bag opens what his face looks like. Because he is, like right now I'm holding the treat like this and he's losing his mind. Oh my God. This is the most serious look I've ever seen out of this dog. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Can you speak? Can you speak? Everyone wants to hear you speak, bud. Can you speak? Come on. You want it, bud? You want it? You speak? Do you speak, Gord? He's sitting so nice. He's like, no, I don't want to speak because then you'll say I'm not a good boy. Do you speak? Come on, speak. All right, there you go. Fine, take it. If I can get him to bring me his toy, then we'll hear him speak. He'll go ape shit for that. But there we go. Send yourself the link on the phone for a second cam. That is a brilliant idea. No, I think what I should do, I'm just going to put a little hook or something up here, and then we'll rig the camera down there for where Gordy usually sits, and we'll have a Gordy cam. Lander says, Aaron's take on Tate this morning was pretty fucking good. Wow, I love compliments. Compliments are wonderful. Speaking of compliments, thank you to Miss Tay. She deserves all the thanks in the world for carrying the show tonight.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Gordy has a higher IQ than Matt, guaranteed. Bald spot cam. You need a P.O. box for Gordy. Oh, Gordy, you want your own P.O. box, bud? Oh, wow, his ears are up. He is excited. I've never seen Gordy this excited. Gordy, where's your toy? Go get your toy. Where's your toy, bud? Where's your toy? Go get your toy. All right, guys, give me a minute. I'm going to go get his toy so I can throw it to him, and you'll hear him. He'll let out a nice big bark. Gord, you want to entertain these people while I go get your toy? Come here. Come here, Gord. Come here, bud. Come here. Come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This will be fun. Ready? Hey, Gord. You want it? Speak. Speak. Gordy, speak. Come on, bud. I told everybody you would do this. Don't fuck me over. Gordy. Speak. 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 There you go. Speak. 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 Louder. Speak. Speak. Gordy, speak. 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 Watch toy. Speak. There you go. Louder. 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 Go get it. Bring it back. Come on, bud. Come here. He doesn't like coming over here. You want to bring it back? You want to bring it back? Come on. Give me your toy. Come on. Come on, Gord. You speak? Speak. Speak. Louder. Louder. Speak. Speak. Go get it. Good boy. You bring it back? You bring it back? Come on. Bring me your toy. Come on. All right. Speak. 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 Louder. Another one. My lost interest says this. We heard him bark. This is turning into abuse. All right. I just, like, Miss Tay wanted to see Gordy. She gave a shitload of money. So I figured she wanted a bit of a Gordy show. There. Numero uno, Aaron has no clue how to train a dog. Fuck you. You want to know something I did? Here's the most impressive thing I've ever done training a dog. So I once used a... Hey, buddy. He's back again. He's right here. If we had the Gordy cam, this would be fucking magic. Hey, bud. You're just a good boy. You're just such a good boy. You are such a boy. You're such a boy, Gordy. So anyway, the best way I've ever trained a dog. I had another Chihuahua when I was a kid, and I took a plate of cold chicken breast that was cut up, and I wanted to get the dog to do a somersault. It was my dog Penny. And what I would do is I would get my dog Penny. I would hold one hand on top of Penny's back, the other hand under Penny's butt, and I would say, "Do your trick." And then I'd tuck her head between her legs and then push her over, and she'd do a somersault. After the one plate of chicken was done, she would do it on her own. You grab her one hand on the back, one hand under the butt, and go, "Do your trick." And she'd tuck her head between her legs, and you'd push her over, and she'd get chicken. So my parents would always make sure that we had chicken in the house, cooked up, ready to go for Penny, so I could have her do her trick from time to time. It got to the point where we had to stop doing the trick because as soon as I grabbed her by the head and butt, she'd tuck her head and start to like push herself over and somersault. And it's like, well, that's kind of cheating. It's kind of like when you teach your dog how to sit, lay down, and then speak, and they'll do all three. They'll just go sit, lay down, speak. And you're like, when commanded. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says, so you shoved your fingers up her ass. No, wait a minute. We're not going to turn this. We're not going to turn this into Aaron shoved a finger up a dog's ass. That is 100% not what happened here. Numero uno says, should have advanced to moving the chicken in the somersault move and give it to her after each attempt. Move the chicken into the somersault move. Oh, so like as she's flipping, eat the chicken. Wow, that would be impressive. Rusty Grammer says, how many bits and subs to Coffin Corner punt Gordy? No. Never in a million years are we going to Coffin Corner punt Gordy. If anything, we'll flip the field and boot it 55 yards and get a fair catch. Neither of those things is going to happen on my watch. Thank you very much. Hey, you want to hear how reasonable people have gotten out in Boston with their hatred of the Trump administration? I mean, we've seen a lot of people get super irrational over their hatred of Donald Trump or Elon Musk, but some people have really found productive ways to protest this administration. And I'll be honest, I'm very biased. And I have not been showing you guys a lot of these productive ways that people are resisting. Let's go to WBZ News in Boston and hear one such case.
Says tonight that these Tesla charging stations in the town of Littleton were intentionally set on fire. You can see them really badly burned.
That's right, folks. Because some people think that Elon Musk is an evil bastard who's the secret power behind the emperor's throne to Donald Trump. They decided to set fire to some Tesla charging stations because what better way to punish Elon Musk than to make sure people traveling long distances can't plug in their electric cars.
Charred remains of those two stations right there. A couple more here as well. WBZ's Louisa Moeller's live for us in Littleton tonight. Louisa, police are asking for the public's help. Try to track down whoever did this.
Just round up everyone with blue hair and septum piercings, and we'll get really close.
And David, can you see these right behind me? I mean,
no. You know the whole thing about the camera and you being there and then them being in the background of the shot? Yeah, no, we can't see it. Describe them to us.
they are so charred in some spots that you can't see the Tesla logo anymore. And actually, there was a Tesla contractor who just told me to step a little bit further away for safety reasons. Now, here's what we know.
So wait a minute. So you know about the Tesla batteries, right? That you have to like bury them in sand. You can't like put out the battery fire. You have to bury the car, essentially. I wonder if that's the same way with the charging station. It would make like that they're almost impossible to put out those fires.
At this point, there is actually a residential street just up the hill from here. Someone late last night was going to bed, saw the flames down here, called firefighters. And the firefighters say there was some sort of evidence left behind that would suggest this was intentional.
Probably the trans person's former penis. It's probably what they left behind. I keep dropping my dick. God damn it. I don't know why I kept the thing. I was ready to be a woman anyway. I don't know why I just... Keeping the dick really seems like a hazard at this point.
Each charger charred in various shades of black. Evidence of the fire that broke out in this Littleton parking lot last night. And the fire chief says these flames were no accident.
At this point, it does appear that it was a set fire.
Around 1 a.m., firefighters were called to Constitution Ave and found 7 Tesla charging stations up in flames. They burned for nearly an hour until electricity was finally cut to the units.
Wow, so they were on fire for an hour before someone... I don't know where exactly that is, but I know here in Minnesota, the charging station I know about, like right off of Interstate 94 in Clearwater, at the Travel Plaza there, they have a big bank of Tesla chargers. And I feel like somebody would know relatively quickly if those things were set on fire. An hour before you shut the power off to them? Jesus, guys.
Challenge for firefighters.
The electricity is one of our bigger issues that we're dealing with in making sure that not only the public but the firefighters are safe. So we kept our distance from the charged electrical equipment.
And although...
Yeah, because they can't... Like, you can fight the fire all you want, but as long as the electrical charge is still being provided, the fire is going to keep going. You're just wasting water at that point.
Though investigators won't say what evidence was left behind, they do say it suggests arson.
It's suspicious based on the evidence that was found on scene.
This comes amid protests.
Yep, here we go. I was just going to say, I was wondering if the news was going to acknowledge that it's probably an anti-Trump, anti-Elon thing, or I was wondering if they were going to play it dumb and go, well, gee shucks, I don't know why out of nowhere these otherwise harmless charging stations would just be lit on fire by somebody. Maybe a random hooligan. I'm glad they're at least making the connection and not treating people like they're dumb.
Protests of Tesla and its CEO Elon Musk around the country for Musk's involvement in the Trump administration. Littleton police and the Massachusetts State Fire Marshal's office are now investigating what happened here, and thankfully, no one was injured.
Well, you'd have to be pretty fucking stupid to get hurt. Fire like that. Like, you have to see it, walk towards it, and go, oh, shit, I didn't realize how hot that fire was going to be.
Now, there is also the nuisance factor. All this afternoon, we've seen Tesla drivers showing up here. One woman had only 7% left in her vehicle. She said she drove 10 minutes to get here. We do know that there is an ATF agent who's always assigned to the state fire marshal's office, and that person is involved in this investigation.
Yeah. Now,
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
There you go. There you go. Elon giving us a what for? Charging stations do not have batteries, Aaron. No, I meant the electrical charge to power the battery. If you leave that on, the fire will continue. Yeah, Puerto Rican prostate puncher. You mean they burned tax-paid charging stations? Right. Taxpayer subsidized. Remember the Biden administration was going to build like 1 million charging stations across the country, and they built like 8 for $7 billion. I wonder where the rest of that money went. I wonder. Leah says Elon is so fucking fake. He's doing all this to funnel money to himself. He doesn't give a shit about anyone. I can't rule it out. I can't prove her wrong. I like what he's doing, but is he doing it so he can siphon a little money out of the government? I mean, he made his fortune basically on government contracts, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility. Like, I'm not blood loyal to any of these people. Like, I never understood that. Like, the people who are like, everything Trump does is right. Everything Elon does is right. I like most of the shit they're doing. I'm not going to say that, I don't support them anymore because there's a couple things I don't like that they do, like the tariffs I don't like. But I think generally they want to go in the right direction. So, I kind of hate that about politics too. Like, people do this thing where they're like, this guy checks the boxes on 83% of the shit I want done. But I'm not going to support him because he's got 17% of shit I don't like. It's like, nobody's going to be you. And if they are you, they're probably going to do a shitty job because we're all stupid. Sean Linane says, yes, fight an electric fire with water. It should go great. No, the firefighters were smart enough. They were like, yeah, there's nothing we can do, fuckers, until you cut the power to these things. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says they're worried about the electricity while there's a fucking cutoff switch in the camera view. Oh my God, was there really? Did they really have the cutoff switch in view of the camera? No way. Give me that story back. I don't know Tesla charging stations very well.
The town of Littleton were intentionally set on fire. You can see them really badly burned, just charred.
Is that building thing the shutoff switch, or is this thing right here the shutoff switch?
Remains of those two stations right there. A couple more here as well. WBZ's Louisa Moeller's live force in Littleton tonight. Louisa, police are asking for the public's help. Try to track down whoever did this.
Is that the shutoff right there? These little buildings? That's funny.
I just want to say thank you.
Oh shit, we can't turn it off. It's right there, dickhead. They probably have the keys. What are you going to do? Leah says a lot of Trump people hate Elon, so there's about 75% of the country that would probably do this. I saw a Cybertruck today. Oh, those are so fucking big and ugly. It's got to be a status symbol thing for people. Some people must attach status to that Cybertruck, because if you're getting it because you think it looks good, God bless you. That's all I can say. I saw one pulling out of a parking lot today, and I'm just, and it was turning in front of me, so it broadsided me. I could see the whole thing turning this way. I got the whole look, and I just went, fucking God, that's an ugly baggage. Like, I try to like it. Every time I see one of those Cybertrucks, I try to see what people are talking about, and I don't get it. Somebody chatted in today, and they said Nick can't stop talking about you again tonight. He's on someone else's stream, and he said, I used to make more in a month than Aaron makes in a year. First of all, used to. Second of all, spent it all. And Nick, I can play that game too. Like, watch this. I paid my mortgage more times in a month last year than you did in the entire year. See, it's not that hard. It's not a difficult game to play. Glory days, doot, 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 doot. Glory days. He could do a trial stream for you. He could drink like a fool, boy. Sorry. I think my W-2 might look a little better nowadays, kiddo. But don't worry. You'll be back on top of the jail roster again. My Lost Interest says Elon better take some of that rocket money and buy more security. Well, so far he's fine. Although, did you hear him on Rogan when he was like, oh, I don't know if I want to tell you how You know what? I know that's not a good Elon, but it's getting better, and I think I'm on the right track. Like, the thing, I do impressions, and the thing about impressions is if you can find the tone and the note, it's like singing. If you can find the note, you can get there. But he was on Joe Rogan, and he was like, if I tell you how these politicians actually make their money, I'm worried that they'll try to murder me. And it's like, well, put your fucking life on the line, bro. What are we doing? That was the whole point of this administration. You were going to release all the secrets. Well, I was going to release all the secrets, but now I'm worried they might try to kill me. Like, fucking, Trump took a bullet for what he believes in. Why can't you? I have rockets to build. CJ with $2 says, you prefer Fed Reserve manipulation over tariffs? No, I don't like either one of those things. Like somebody was asking me, they're like, if they got rid of the income tax and funded the government through tariffs, what do you think? And I was like, not the worst idea in the way. I might think about that one. 191 Redbird with $1 says the Great Depression, World War II generations would shoot us in a heartbeat if they saw us bitching about something that would give our children a better life because it means things are worse for us. Yes, but they might shoot me. They might kill me for it. JMB says he snorted it all and paid lawyers for the most retarded lawsuit ever. Yeah. Rusty Grammer says, that's a strange flex, Nicky boy. Try again. Yeah, that is a weird. I used to make more money in a month than Aaron made in a year. Well, in the words of the great R-Truth, Eusta is a roosta in Brewsta. You see, you know how my whole premise of this whole thing is one of us has moved on, the other one's stuck in the past? Not helping your case there, Glory Days. You know what's funny is Carl is so far up his ass. You remember Carl made a living making fun of Stuttering John for shit like that? Carl made a living making fun of Stuttering John for talking about how things used to be and how fucking pathetic that is. You think he'll do it with his Dick Masterson aligned buddy? Probably not. But then again, asking for consistency and realness out of podcasters, that's tapping a dry well, if you will. Let's go to numero uno Josh Denny fan. He says, betting against Aaron being right on any political take, then Googling details gives better odds than Tate I remember this name. Tate Pogacar versus Kevin Brennan in a bike race. Leah says, I watched the clip. He's definitely on something still. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Sean Linane says, pro wrestling has used small razors in the hand to draw blood after a hit. Did Trump really get shot? Yes, Trump got shot. Wait, you want me to think that Trump did a Dusty Rhodes blade job? Well, you see, baby, I'm calling out President Donald Trump right now, daddy, because I think the president of the United States didn't get grazed by that bullet at all. I think he was hiding a little wrist piece, if you will. When he went to the pay window, he said, Jack, put a little razor blade in my wrist. I want to cut myself like the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, daddy. And then he came up all gushing blood from his ear like a geyser, daddy. He didn't get shot. There wasn't no bullet. It was all a fugazi, daddy. No, I don't. I think he really got shot.
And there will be gorilla shit all over the army.
Sean Linane says, can't rule it out. You know what? I am ruling it out. Right now, I'm deciding that I'm ruling out that Donald Trump bladed in Butler, Pennsylvania. I don't think he bladed. Numero uno Josh Denny fan says, holy shit, that was a remarkably close pronunciation. Tadej Pogacar only missed one syllable slightly. Yeah, when it comes to Italian cyclists, nobody pronounces them better than me. I stake my reputation on shit like that. Numero uno says he got hit by a shard of teleprompter. You know, I think getting hit by a shard of teleprompter counts as getting shot. Like if you get hit by shrapnel, you got shot, right? Had to have. That counts as getting shot. Numero uno Josh Denny fan says Pogacar is Slovenian. Slovenian, Italian, whatever. Let's have another piece of cake. Let's have another piece of pie. All right, we got about 8 minutes left. We've got Hassan's return to the internet. Hassan Piker is back again. Remember, he got banned from Twitch, but I think he went live on YouTube yesterday. He might still be suspended on Twitch. This is his response to what happened. Remember, he said, if you want to fix Medicaid, you would have you would have a better chance of fixing Medicaid if you K'd Rick Scott, because he perpetrated one of the largest Medicaid frauds in American history, maybe the largest. And Twitch banned him for that. Not having terrorists on, not having pirates who kill people on, but making that analogy towards Rick Scott. They said it was a violation of their terms of service, and they suspended him. Well, actually, they don't even say that. Twitch never gives you reasons as to why they call it a ban. I call it a suspension. I'm suspended from Twitch. He's just banned, which makes no sense. Like, to me, if you're suspended from something, that's temporary. If you're banned from something, that's permanent. But whatever, it's the internet. Well, he came on to address it. I don't know, man. Like, I'm pro free speech, pretty 100% hardcore all the way. I want Hassan Piker to be, even though I don't agree with hardly anything he says, I want him to be able to say foul, fucked up shit so that other people can say foul, fucked up shit. I don't want people getting silenced for that. I want bad ideas and good ideas to all be allowed to come from the same place. This is what he had to say about it.
Let me also say this.
Is he, like, unironically wearing a MAGA hat? Pretty cool. He's a Trump guy now, guys. Never mind.
I didn't use the best choice of words. I think fair is fair. I think eating that ban is valid.
Wow. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I did not have Hassan Piker taking accountability for his language on the bingo card. I thought he was going to fight this and talk about what horseshit it is, but I think he has a really good relationship with Twitch. I think they really like him. He really likes them. He doesn't want to fuck that up.
Would it have happened under normal circumstances? Do people say a bunch of infinitely more unhinged things on a regular basis in terms of, like, entire populations being desecrated, destroyed, you know, neo-Nazi sentiment, things of that nature? Absolutely.
Yeah, wait a minute. When it comes to Israel, though, I feel like you've said shit like that before. Take it easy there, pal.
Do that all the time. But come on, fair is fair. Like, you can't. No, it's not even I should have used in a Minecraft defense. Like, I didn't. It's very obvious. It's very, very obvious what I was saying, which was not to do a call for action to assassinate a sitting U.S. senator, but instead to, you know, talk about the hypocrisy of the matter.
And you know what? In fairness, and I hate it when a guy's nose is open and people take cheap shots when they don't really believe it. They can just get someone they don't like. That's 100% how I took what he said about Rick Scott. I see a lot of people playing dumb and going, no, Hassan, that sounded like call to action to me. You got to punish him. You got to remember, we're the free speech people. We're supposed to stand up for Hassan because we don't like him. He'd never do that for us. Okay, well, but if that's our attitude, then we're all just racing to dictatorship. We're all just racing towards tyranny. Because if he wouldn't do it for us, well, then we shouldn't do it for him. Now there's no freedom of speech. Now it's dead. It's gone. It doesn't exist. It sometimes, to me, maybe this is whistling past the graveyard, it feels good to defend the rights of people you don't agree with. I like it. I enjoy it. And when Hassan says I was making a metaphor for this and that, that's how I took it when I heard it. On the flip side of that, and Lord knows I know this, not as much as Hassan does, but I know this from both radio and podcasting. You put a target on your back. You're a divisive voice. You're a divisive personality. People are unhinged. People are psychotic. They're going to go after you. And I have no doubt that that's what happened with Hassan.
But using the embellished language that I use all the time, being hyperbolic, and, you know, people, they got me. They got me. That is fair.
All right. That's actually a lot more mature and grown up and responsible of a response than I thought we were going to get out of him, to be honest. That's pretty good. I really went into that thinking, wow, you know what? I think we're going to be able to shit on him here, but no. MSO says your girlfriend is live on Rumble and he's talking about Melanie Mack. I don't like or dislike Melanie Mack. I don't know enough about Melanie Mack other than I think she's kind of a phony. I don't dislike her. I just think she's a phone. I think she found a group a fan base she could grift off of, and she's going with that. She doesn't like, whenever she goes on real rants, you kind of see her real personality, and it's not a super Christian personality, which is fine. You don't have to be, but you do have to be if you claim that's who you are. I'm born again. I'm Christian. I'm loving. I'm this. Gay F word, gay F word, gay F word. It's like, pick a street. Like, those of us who use the gay F word don't also go, hey, we're super Christian. Hey, we're really moral. We go, hey, we're scumbag shock jocks. How you doing? We say gay F. We say retard. We say this. You can't go, praise the Lord, Jesus Christ, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, and then go, you can't do that. You have to go, I'm a shitty hack shock jock like Aaron Imholt from Steel Toe. Or I'm super Christy, I love Jesus, and we're going to talk about saving yourself for the right man or whatever the fuck you talk about. You know, you don't get it. So I don't dislike her. I just think she's phony. That's all. Her like doing things doesn't bother me. MSO says, maybe I'm mistaken, but I thought you went off on her one day. Yeah, I go off on a lot of people, though. It doesn't mean I like have a lingering passion for disliking them. It's one of those things where, like, I'll go on a rant on her one day and someone will be like, hey, so-and-so said this. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. You know, I really don't care. My Lost Interest says she could learn from Sam's show. Absolutely. CJ with $2 says your view of Christianity isn't biblically accurate. Yeah, no shit. That's my whole point of this rant. Is I'm a scumbag, retard, shock jock, try-hard asshole, ex-radio guy. If you're coming to me for biblical accuracy, that's like using Helen Keller as a seeing eye dog. What the fuck is wrong with you? Leah says the red ones look like someone went to Walmart, bought a $5 hat, and threw that phrase on with a cricket. Dude, when the MAGA hats were when they were first becoming a thing in like 2015, late 2015, early 2016, I went to the Trump shop online and I bought one. And I'm like, I got to make a bet right now. What's going to be the big historical hat that history will look back and go, that's the Make America Great Again hat. Bro, I picked the white one with blue letters. I was like, that's the one that everyone's going to look back. I fucked that up so bad you wouldn't believe it. Hey, Miss Tay, thank you very much for carrying tonight's show and helping us hit the goal. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. I appreciate it. CJ with $2 says Orthodox believes in being ruthless versus the gays. That's true. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a great rest of your night. We're going to be back tomorrow for our final goal of the week. 4 perfect weeks in a row. Can it happen? It possibly could. Oh, I also have to thank Gordy, because without him, we couldn't have hit the goal tonight either. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your night, and sleep well.